Pocketcraft, thank you so much for being here and tuning into the stream. This is my Cobblemon 100 Days Nuzlocke Challenge. Ethan, Sawbug, everybody else, thanks for being here. Sorry we're starting just a few minutes late here. I had a couple of issues with my OBS settings, but I think we all got it figured out, and so this should be good to go. It's going to be an exciting episode for us today. I think we should hopefully be able to fight the next boss, which is Commander Mars. And so we'll be looking for her, and then we should be able to go ahead and take down, well, I don't know if we'll get to the next gym leader today, but we should hopefully get close. Looking at our team right now, we have Turtwig, Krabby, Pidgey, Lillipup, Cyndaquil, and Rhyhorn. This is not going to be our long-term team. Just for those of you who haven't been here in a while, we'll go through in our boxes again. Shiny Gimmighoul will be on our team for sure at some point. We also have our Gyarados, our Shiny Grottle, our Axew, and our Riolu that we just caught last episode, which is huge. As well as a Rookidee. I do kind of want to use Corviknight, but I don't think you can fly on it. I could edit the config file, though. So we may end up switching, but I do like Pidgey for now. So this is kind of the team that we're looking at. We will switch to some of these Pokemon in a minute here, but for Commander Mars, I think this should be good. Unfortunately, we don't have a fighting type below level 16 because I think she has her Perugly, which is kind of a monster to fight. So that'll be what we're looking forward to this episode. And then maybe we'll start and do some work on our base. Comment down below if you guys would like to see that finished, because we have not done hardly anything with that all game. So that's something we'll probably have to look forward to. But I'm pretty excited. Things are going well. We are at day 46, still alive, which is pretty exciting because honestly wasn't sure if I'd make it this far. It's raining, which is not my favorite, but that's all right. And I would like to start getting some stuff going here at the village. We have not done hardly anything here, and I think that's something that should probably be remedied. So I think we'll train up some Pokemon around here, get them all to level 16. I would almost like to switch up my team a little bit. I'm not sure how well we're set up to fight Commander Mars. I'm hoping she won't be too difficult. I know I remember from playing Pokemon Platinum, every once in a while, those leaders could be a little bit difficult. We should also probably cook our food, but for now, we won't go for it. How to get the Galar starters, or Galar. I'm not honestly sure the right way to pronounce that region. That off the top of my head, I don't know exactly where they spawn, but that is something that I could make a short about for you a little bit later, Marantz. And let's go for... Ooh, speaking of starter Pokemon, we already have a Quilladin, but there's just a wild Chespin that spawned. And now we don't really need more grass starters because we have so many, although I would welcome a Bulbasaur. But since it's here, I think we got to go ahead and catch it. A Grookey would be cool too, but we haven't come across one of those. So let's go for this here. We're going to go catch. We still do have some quick balls, which is awesome. So we'll be able to catch this guy. I can't believe we just came across another one. We've gotten so many starters in this series. I feel super lucky. And there we go. There's another one. Now, I'm not sure that we'll use it or not, but it's pretty sweet that we have that option. So our bench, if we're speaking in sports terms, we got a lot of depth on our bench here, especially in terms of grass, which I don't know how effective that is totally in fighting the Sinnoh region. I'm not sure if grass is optimal or not, but it's a type that we have, and because we do have Decidueye, well, Dartrix, and so we can use that as well. Grookey in jungle, Scorbunny in plains, and Sobble in river. Thanks, Ethan. Thanks for answering that there. I appreciate you doing that. I don't have the ability to look things up while I'm doing this. And so we're kind of just going to wait for her to spawn. The level is so close, I think we might even just go for the battle. But while we're here, maybe we'll fight this guy. Let me change up the order of my party here so we have it to where our other guys can get some more experience. But we might as well go for it. Do some battles here. Okay, really low level, so we may at this point still go with wild Pokemon. But it's fun to have battles, and sometimes they give pretty good items. And with the TMs, exactly what I was talking about, sometimes you can get some pretty good TMs here. So just for a level 7 Geodude, we get Focus Punch now, which is a super good fighting move, so that's pretty awesome. We use Bulldozer here again, and this should hopefully take out the onyx that we're going for. And he does live, and I lost my mouse there, but we should take him again with this bulldoze. This is exciting. Let me know how you guys are doing. Has anyone got any fun Cobblemon challenges that they're taking on? I know a couple of you were going to try and do something similar to this. How is that going? Are you still alive? I think Ethan, you were doing one. Are you still alive, or has tragedy struck? I think we'll try to decide our best course of action while we're waiting around here for them to spawn. I think we might as well start working on our base, and then we can battle as they appear. Because I think she should just spawn in. If we look at the trainer card here, I don't know if they have Team Galactic. They do have it on here. They don't show Commander Mars here. Oh, shoot. Oh, I forgot. Voltorb, I think, can explode. And the mod. Oh, and they're just coming towards me like bombs. That's terrifying. Because we're playing with the fight or flight mod, and I guess they have the opportunity to attack us like that. And that is crazy. Look at these guys with their angry faces just coming at us. I almost want to battle one, but I can't battle one without the other one exploding us. So I think for safety here, we should run away. After hours and hours of trying to find Brock, he just quit. Shoot, sorry about that, Ethan. It is a little tricky. I know with the new update, they've made it so certain trainers only spawn in certain biomes, which has been a bit of a pain because you have to go into the documentation and try and figure out where they spawn. And so hopefully we don't run into that issue here with the Pokemon we're looking for. Level 19 Pavilion. It's a little bit high, and it might have some good moves as it's a third evolution here pretty early on. So we might ignore that, but let's go for Lechonk here. I want to get Cyndaquil trained up. We'll switch to Turtwig's, probably a safe bet. I don't think we have another one. If we lose it, we're all right. And I don't think he even hit us. Oh, he used Dig. So that actually might go for a lot of damage. We'll go for Razor Leaf here. Okay, hardly does anything, and that was a critical hit. So apparently Lechonk is not too beefy, which is good for us. Hello from Brazil. Welcome. Thanks for coming from Brazil. That's pretty awesome. I have not been to Brazil, but I did live in Ecuador for a little while, which isn't too far. You share the Amazon there, which is pretty sweet. What part of Brazil? And we should take Lechonk here with this. And Turtwig got hit pretty hard, but this should get Cyndaquil up a few levels, I'm hoping. Yeah, up to level 13. And I'm not sure. I don't want to leave the healing machine that we have, but I do think we should probably finish our house. And that has been gone on for far too long. Undone. It looks horrible. We're at like day 50 and we don't have a clean living space yet. I don't think it even has a roof. And it was supposed to just be our starter house that we lived in for like 10 days before we built a nicer house. So it's not even going to look good, but we at least need something to show for it, I feel like. I would also like to... I still haven't been mining either, which is crazy for how long into the series we are. Because I still would like to get some materials so that we could build a couple of farms here and get some more resources. We haven't done much Minecraft stuff. We've just been kind of going around and doing Pokemon things, which is totally fine. But we'll probably have to do some Minecraft things here in a minute. But we're running out of food. I mean, we have a bunch of carrots, but I don't really want to survive just on carrots. We also need to plant these in our farm. And I think we need to be near our farm so that it starts growing more food. And that is the one farm we have is just this basic one. But we'll start building some automatic farms later, which should speed things up a lot. We do have a lot of carrots now, though. So we can stack this place with carrots. And that will probably be our diet here for a little while. That and the random meat that we get from taking out Pokemon. Which always feel slightly guilty about. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Our nature mints are coming in nicely here. And our wheat is growing pretty slow. I want to start potatoes too, just so we can have as many kinds of crops as possible. We'll probably have to build another little platform here in a minute. But potatoes are nice. They're one of my favorites to trade with villagers, and so I'd like to get all of these growing. Very hodgepodge farm. We will make it prettier later. Player Leaf. I'm going to try and... I don't think Player Leaf unlocks anything, But anything that has like a special name, I might just battle to try and see if maybe there's something we're supposed to battle. Wow, that's a low level. But something we're supposed to battle before we can get Commander Mars unlocked. That's really the... Oh, wow. Okay, pretty much nothing there. Because I haven't seen a rival yet, which is someone we may need to battle to get Mars unlocked. Or maybe Mars only spawns in certain areas. I'm not sure. But that's the main goal for today's episode. So we're kind of just going to be training and looking around until Mars spawns in. Randomly became obsessed with How to Train Your Dragon. Those are pretty good movies, and there's the new movie coming out. I think it's not in theaters yet, I don't think, but I think it is getting to theaters soon. So this is a good time to get into those, Ethan. That's pretty exciting. And 8 defense EVs when gaining experience battle. Wow. I don't know if we have any Pokemon that we really want to emphasize defense EVs, or we're probably not going to keep most of these Pokemon once we get back up to where we can use our other Mons. So I don't know that I'll do a lot of EV training, but we will probably do some of that later on as we get closer to battling Cynthia, because that's going to be the one that is the most difficult for us. Now, I really need to keep the documentation for the page open, because I have no idea where all of these trainers spawn. And there's a pillager near here, which we'll have to be careful about, because I don't want to get our poor village friends attacked before we even get them set up. And maybe that'll be a good thing for us to start today. We haven't done anything with our village, and I think with how little time we've had to mine, that might be our best way of getting resources. So I'll put the chicken in here, and maybe we'll just build a Fletcher villager to start getting some emeralds that we can trade around with other ones. And I think we do have this, which we do. So we should be able to build a fletching table, and we can put one in the village and get that going. I forget everything that it takes. Just wood. Okay. And I usually don't do it this way, but every once in a while it's fun to place them in individually rather than just using the menu. But we should have that ready to go. I don't know what else we'll use flint for. I don't plan on crafting many arrows. We can just trade with the Fletcher villager for that. And then we'll take the chicken with us as well. We could use any food we can get. Okay. Now, I don't see them on the map, unfortunately. So maybe we'll just keep battling everyone we see, and eventually they'll come up. Pokemon Trainer Lucas, I don't think that's our rival in this. I think they renamed the rival for the Sinnoh one, and so I'm not sure what their name is. It's like, I forget the name of the other one too, but I recognize the name when you're playing with the Radical Red version. But I'm not sure on this one. But Dawn could be our rival. Right? She's the rival in the normal games. And she's just hiding down here. Where is she? Just in this gravelly place all alone. But we'll battle here. Unfortunately, they don't have the textures set up. And I don't know if she's going to start with Piplup or like a Starly or something. She does start with Piplup, so we're going to switch into Turtwig, because Rhyhorn will get wrecked. And I would love a Piplup on our team, actually. That would be really cool. I'd like to get to where we can actually see the battlers here. Now, we got to be careful we don't lose Turtwig here. That would be a huge bummer. But we one-hit KO her, so that shouldn't be an issue. And we do take Dawn out. Maybe that'll free up some progress for us to take on the next Pokemon. Ooh, there's a Poliwag, which Ethan's been trying to get me to catch since day one. So we'll go in there and see if we can catch it. We gotta make sure we don't drown. That is one of my biggest fears. Uh-oh. Because we are glitching a little bit here. So I think I might go to the surface, actually, and we may have to miss out on that Poliwag there. We got so close, but for some reason when I get out there, it does glitch a little bit, and I worry if that would be the most awkward way to end the series if we just drown to death due to a glitch. So we'll go over here for now, and I know we needed paper earlier to make a trainer card, but we ended up trading for that, and so I don't think we have to worry about that too much. A Hoot Hoot could be kind of a fun Pokemon that I've never really used much, but we try and sleep consistently at night so that we don't get any mobs spawning, which so far has done us well. We've been pretty close. We haven't had really any close encounters yet. Those Voltorb were a little bit scary, so we'll have to be careful about those. But other than that, I think we're pretty safe. And there's Dawn again, which I don't think is respawn. We might fight Battle Girl Kelsey. Actually, Pidgey's already leveled up, so we don't really need it. But we're just doing battles today, trying to get things in. Lucas also has leveled up. Interesting. So, not great because Turtle's already at the level cap up. Which mod pack is this? It's a personal one. I do have actually a link to all the mods in the description. I made like a little Google Drive for it. So you can use that. I'm going to be making a video pretty soon about a kind of more optimized version. But this works great. I have had fun using it. I haven't had any problems with it. And I'll link it. So yeah, it's in the description. And you can use that. And then if there's any mods you don't want, you can edit it however you'd like. And then on my channel too, I have a video about top 50 mods, the top 50 that I think are the best. And so you can edit out with any of those that you prefer to have in there. And that covers pretty much all of the mods that are in Cobblemon. The big ones, I don't think I left out any of the major ones. And there we go. How's everybody feeling about Pokemon Legends ZA? I think I've looked at some of the recent trailers and things look pretty exciting. I don't know if I'm going to get the Switch 2 right off the bat, but I am pretty excited to play the game. And Heavy Duty Boots, I don't think will be too useful, but it's always fun to get new items. There is a creeper around here, so we'll be careful about that. And we're just going to, I think, keep fighting trainers and hope that eventually Mars will appear. It's a pretty good way to train, and you get items fairly often, which is fun. And Zachary, I don't think we've fought him yet, so we'll go for Zachary. Alright, and these are pretty good levels too, actually. This is kind of about where we want for training, so it works pretty great. And Rhyhorn does well against Geodude, which is nice. We had a Geodude earlier, but when we were going and fighting the Kanto gym leaders beforehand, we did lose it against Brock. Okay, I think I'm going to go Mud Shot here. We don't really need either of them too much, but that's a good one to have. Now we'll switch out Rhyhorn, and I want to get Cyndaquil up, especially since there's an Aroma lady up there who probably has grass Pokemon. Ooh, Eevee. Awesome. We should definitely catch that. I've been wanting to have an Eevee on our team for a little while now, and this is the perfect opportunity. It's level 12. I wish I had a friend ball because I would like to use an Umbreon, but I don't have a friend ball here, so we'll have to improvise on that for a little while. Let me see. I see someone with a C, but it's just Curtis. Okay, I was hoping it was Commander Mars, but it wasn't. Now, we didn't catch Eevee on the quick ball, unfortunately, so this is going to be a lot more difficult. Oh, and okay, that was a critical hit. So this is going to be a little bit risky. I'm going to try one more Ember. As long as we don't get a critical hit, it shouldn't... Okay, shoot. 2 critical hits in a row. Well, that is a lucky Cyndaquil and an unlucky us. And Cyndaquil is ready to evolve, actually, which is pretty hype. So we'll get our first evolution of the episode. And Zachary wants to watch as well, but he's kind of in our way. And here we go. Quilava is coming up. Oh, who just punched us? Was that? Oh, is there a... What the heck? Is there a skeleton or something? Because I just saw Curtis get hit as well. That was interesting. I'm not really sure what just happened, but we're alive and nothing seems to be hitting us now. So we're just going to go back towards the village. We're going to start trading with some villagers and hoping that we get Commander Mars to spawn in. That is the one tricky thing about this. I can't wait until Cobblemon finally implements their own trainers. I think it'll be so much better. And I mean, I do really love the Radical mod. I do think they did a really good job with it, but I'm excited to see how Cobblemon implements it. I'm hoping they have like physical gym locations and stuff like they do with the fossil structures and Gimmighoul towers. I think that would be pretty sweet. And I'm hopeful that they'll do it soon. This is the Aroma Lady. I'm hoping she has grass Pokemon, which she does. A little lower level than I would have preferred. Badoo looks pretty adorable, though. That could be a fun Pokemon to have on our team as well. It's a common one to use in the Sinnoh region as well, which makes sense because that's the one we're battling. A little too low level. They probably won't do too much here for Quilava. But a dub's a dub, and I'm hoping the more trainers we defeat, the more chances we have for the right one to spawn in. I don't really think it's doing much for us here, but I'm hopeful that she'll spawn in soon. Because I haven't seen any Team Galactic people. I don't know if they spawn in certain biomes or not. I thought the trainer card here was supposed to show you where your next battle was, but it hasn't really been showing anything here. And whenever you do that, whenever you click on something, I have no idea how to get back out. So we'll go through here, but rival battle. All right, we have to beat Gardenia before we battle them. And champion, we can't battle yet. We already beat Rourke, but we have to beat other people. So Team Galactic, I think, is supposed to be first. Doesn't say where they spawn, though. This looks like a bunch of grunts here. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, and hopefully they spawn in pretty soon. I'll try and once we get all of our Pokemon up to the level cap, sometimes that helps. And so we'll try doing that. And we'll set up some stuff with our villager friends here in the meantime. Because I would like to get a lot of stuff going with them. Now, I do not think we need 3 leather workers. So I'm going to actually get rid of some of these cauldrons so that we can replace it with other things that I would like better. And so we're going to put this here, and hopefully he comes back for that. If not, we'll just replace his other cauldron. We'll keep one for now, even though I don't know that I really anticipate using either of them. And we'll put that as well as some of the things we don't really need right now in here. And now that we have this Fletcher villager, we don't really need birch wood, so we're just going to transport all of these into sticks, and we're going to trade them for as many emeralds as we can get. Now, there's unfortunately some villager grunting in the background there, so that might not be the most fun noise to listen to, but I think it is. It's pretty natural for. And I forgot to make everything into sticks. I just made them into planks. But we should get quite a few emeralds off this. Unfortunately, you do need 32 per emerald, but you can. This is a pretty easy way to grind emeralds. I prefer using ones that I can farm naturally, like iron. But we don't have an iron farm yet, so this is going to be our best bet. And then we can use these emeralds to level up some of the more tricky ones. Like, I'd really like to level up an armor villager, because we have not gotten any armor yet, or not much armor yet. And I do not want us to get absolutely demolished and lose the series, because we still do need to go to the nether and the end at some point, and so there's a lot of danger ahead for us. Alright, and I think we should get a couple more emeralds out of this, and then we'll trade these last ones into sticks, which won't do too much, but yeah, we still don't get 32. So that's the max we'd have for now. We can get more later, but 8 emeralds, we should be able to trade with someone else for something. And we got to look around us. I still don't see who we need, so we're just going to fight Jack here. And I may need to just wander around until one comes in. No worries, Potterman. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. This guy switched mid-battle, which is interesting. I feel like that doesn't happen too much in these Cobblemon mods, but it's funny to see their UI and what they think is the best move, which I think I probably would have saved the Beautifly for later rather than just switching in and giving me the free Ember, but I'm not complaining. There's 3. He's got a couple Pokemon here, which is pretty hype. This should help get Quilava up to level 16. And yep, there we go, level 16. Now all we got to level up is Lillipup and Krabby, and we're going to be maxed out here for Commander Mars. And let's look here if there's anyone we can trade with. I don't want to trade with either of them. I'd like to get... Where'd our armorer go? I don't know if we'll have enough to trade with him. He should be right around the corner, it says. And well, we'll look around and see if we can find him here. He might be in here working. And he is. Okay, all he trades actually is iron and coal, so that's a little bit of a bummer. We're going to have to trade some of those to level him up. And it looks like it's getting close to night. But for now, yeah, we may have to just sleep in one of these houses. A timber could be cool. I've never used a Conkeldurr. But we also probably have too many Pokemon right now anyways. It's going to be a really hard when we have to narrow it down all the way to just 6 Pokemon to use on our team. I feel like there's so many we have that I want to use. Oh, and we're going to have to take our poor armorer's bed, which I feel a little bit bad about. But not bad enough to not do it. So we're taking that, and then it'll be for his good in the end anyways. Let's leave our village here, and we're just going to walk around in different biomes and hope that as we go, Mars will spawn in. I think this is kind of probably going to be our best way. I don't know what biome she spawns in, and so we're just going to have to go and hope we get some luck here. I'm not too worried about the battle. I may be overestimating ourselves, but I feel like we should be able to take her down without too much trouble. There's a Gimmighoul here, which we should probably fight just for the coins to level up our Gimmighoul, and he's a ghost type. Oh, so we have bite though, so we should be fine about that. Lillipup's a fun one too. I don't know if we'll use Lillipup long term, but we just needed some Pokemon before we get up to the actual levels that we're at, so we're going for it. Now, as a reminder, if you'd like to support this channel, we do have a member goal of hitting 10 members, and once we do that, we'll be able to spin the Wheel of Doom, which will have some interesting challenges that are going to make the series a little bit more exciting. You can see all of those down in the description below if you're curious about that. And then as well, you also get access to some awesome perks. You get Pokemon nicknamed after you. You get to be friends with me on some of the platforms like Pokemon TCG Pocket, and a whole lot of other things that you can check out if you're interested in by clicking the join button below. So if you're interested, that would be awesome. But if you don't have the ability, that's totally fine. I'm just grateful for all of you being here and supporting the channel by watching these videos. And yeah, I don't know that. Let's see how we do against Sentret here. We're a level lower, and we're both kind of the basic dog slash ferret kind of Pokemon. There's always one normal one in every series. Lillipup, I think, is probably one of my favorite ones out of all of them. And so excited to be using him. And I do think Statline looks awesome. Also, if any of you are... Ooh, interesting. These are all pretty good, actually. I think we already have Water Pulse. We don't have Slash. I'm going to go for Super Fang. Oh, and we are apparently out of our inventory. So we'll get rid of this Oran Berry for now. And I guess we just got to keep going until Mars spawns in. I don't know that there's any other really good options. And we'll train up, I think, I would think our Pokemon are high enough level for her to spawn in. Ooh, that was close. But we'll keep going just in case. So hopefully we do not die anytime soon. We're still alive here, almost at day 50. And we have only beaten the first gym leader. Now that is because we switched regions. But I do think we can hopefully make it through by day 50 and get to the last. If not, we can always expand this to a little bit longer than 100 days. We'll have to switch to Pidgey here just to be safe. I'm going to be as safe as possible with all these battles because this is a Nuzlocke, and so we've got to be careful. We don't want to lose any of our Pokemon. I mean, we do have PC full of quite a few, but still I'd like to keep things as safe as possible. And again, I think our strategy here, we're just going to walk and battle as we walk, get our Pokemon up to the right level, and then eventually, hopefully, Commander Mars will spawn in, and we can level up here, because I'd like to get to be able to battle the next gym leader, but we have to beat her first. Ponyta has one of the coolest shinies, so hopefully we can find one of those here. And there is a zombie coming after us, and I put my sword away, which is a bad idea. So he's going to die eventually on his own, and we did just light ourselves on fire. So we should, oh no, fix that, there we go. That was close. We are in hardcore mode, so fire and everything does do more damage, so we'll have to be careful. We were a little slow on the uptake there, but We're still alive. And probably a little bit foolish of me to go for that. We could have just let it die on its own. But we haven't done much Minecraft battling at all. So I feel like we got to do more. Be a little bit risky as we get closer to the end there. Do you play any gacha games? I do not. I would like to. I know there's the Gacha Machine mod for Cobblemon, which is kind of a pretty fun one to get some items. So we may add that in for one of these series. But I personally don't play any. Are there any good ones that you recommend, Ethan? It's interesting. Some of these trainers are right around the level, right? He was like level 14. And then some of them are just like level 5 or something. And they're not the most useful. So that was a better trainer for us to fight. And we got to be careful here. We're a little bit glitchy. And there's a lot of holes in the ground. So we'll have to be careful we don't fall to our death. And I'd like to find some different biomes too. Because we are getting pretty heavy on grass Pokemon. Which I like the grass Pokemon we have. But I'd be interested in some other types. I think we haven't raided this Gimmighoul Tower yet, and so I guess we might as well go for it. Actually, our inventory is full. We'll come back here. I know where it's at, and so I think I'd rather go ahead and try and keep fighting Mars. That's kind of the goal for this episode. Ooh, when we just got shot. We'll just keep running. It's daytime, so they can't follow us. Ooh, Gentleman Komodo. That could be a fun guy to battle. We'll go for him. He does look gentlemanly-like. And let's see. He actually kind of looks like a ninja. And he's got level 5. Shoot. Yeah, I wish they would keep that a little bit more consistent, but we'll go for it. Are you on Bedrock or Java? I'm on Java, Cameron. So Cobblemon, unfortunately, is only available on Java. It's not available to be played on Bedrock. So this is Java. I did used to do a lot of Bedrock, though. I actually started this channel only doing Minecraft Pocket Edition videos a couple years ago, and then we've kind of transferred over. Don't personally play any gacha games, but one of your friends does. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't really have much experience with that, but I'm sure they're fun. Now I'm kind of terrified of the snow. We almost died in that last episode, so we're gonna avoid that here, and we're just gonna go forward. And I don't know what biome Mars is gonna spawn. Ooh! Oh shoot. We gotta stop moving. There's a Larvitar behind us. That is crazy. No way. Okay, this would be like the coolest Pokemon to have on our team. Tyranitar is newer in the Cobblemon 1.6 update, so he hasn't been around too long, but a Tyranitar would be an incredible addition to the team. We already have Axew, and so these would be two awesome Pokemon to use. Be our first... Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Okay. I have no idea where he's hiding out, but we are like right on top of him. He must be underground? I don't know. Okay, we need to find him, though, because I have my heart set on it now. Is he down here? Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay, we almost froze there. Ooh, and there's a Thunderstone. Do we have any torches? Okay, Larvitar's got to be down here. Now, I'm a little bit nervous going down here. This could be our death sentence for us, but I think it's a risk worth taking. And I don't think we ever made a shield. I was going to do that. We're probably going to regret that right now with this skeleton hiding out here. But let's put some light down. We got to hurry so we don't lose access to Larvitar. But... oh no. Okay, that did way more damage than I'm comfortable with. But Larvitar's right there. Okay, let's throw down some lights, prevent some things hopefully from spawning and coming up on us. And let's catch this Larvitar and get out of here. I cannot believe how much damage that one skeleton did. Alright, we are in the battle. Hopefully this quick ball gets him. so we don't have to do anything tricky. And then we can grab that leaf stone on the way out. We could maybe get a Jolteon from that if we have, shoot, if we ever catch an Eevee. Okay, we're going to have to be a lot more careful here than we were with Eevee, because I do not want to use Larvitar. He is super rare, not an easy one to come by, so we're going to have to be careful here. Okay, we should... How much? Okay, I don't want to lose Lillipup either. We're going to risk one more bite. Shouldn't KO. Okay, lands at 12%. Okay, we barely lived. Let's switch to Turtwig's probably the safest bet. And he's level 14. We could put him on our team right now. I mean, he won't really do much until he's a Tyranitar. But we don't even have that many Pokeballs. All right, this is a little bit scary. I don't think we can inflict any status conditions. So this might just be a straight pray for luck here that we're able to catch him. 1, 2, and he gets out. All right. Yeah, I don't think we have any status conditions. I'd like to check, but I'm pretty sure we don't. And we're just going to keep hitting Turtwig with the ball. So we're going to get around here, and eventually, somehow, we're going to hit this guy with our ball. Oh my gosh, yeah, it does not want to hit Larvitar, but we'll open up the area here a little bit, and there we go. We got his hitbox. It is turning to night, which I don't know if I can sleep during this battle. Looks like I can. Will the battle continue? If it despawns here, I would probably cry. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. We can put it in a boat, worst case scenario. We'll throw Pokeballs until we run out, and then we'll put it in a boat. And, oh, shoot. All right, everybody, cross your fingers and your toes and everything as we go here for this, and as we hit our Turtwig again, and as we really struggle to find this hitbox. Wow. All right. Larvitar. There we go. And come on. And he breaks out. Okay, we have 2 Roseate balls and 1 dive ball. And that's all we have with us. So we will probably go home and craft Pokeballs after this. But hopefully we can catch this guy. If we can get a Larvitar right now, this would be epic. Come on. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, and I got to switch or Turtwig's going to get knocked out. Oh, that was close. I wasn't even paying attention. Okay. Pidgey won't be able to put him to sleep or get any status conditions. Neither will Kalava. Neither will Krabby. Neither will Rhyhorn. I think an attack from any of them is likely to knock him out. So we're just going to have to go here, try and catch him. And if we don't, then we're going to put him in a boat. Bummer. Come on. Oh, he's inside Rhyhorn. So I don't know what's happening. But, oh, we got him. Okay, he just needed Rhyhorn to sit on the ball a little bit. Good luck. Good work, my chunky boy. Whew, that is so exciting. Let's look at this guy right now. I've actually never used Larvitar in Cobblemon because he's so new. But this is awesome. We could switch out Rhyhorn with him. I don't really want to knock him out. I worry about him getting hurt, but I think we'll wait until after Commander Mars, then we'll add him to the team just because we already have all of our Pokemon up to the level. But he's definitely going to join our team soon. That is huge. We're going to have a stacked team once we get leveled up enough to use them. We're going to have an Axew, Gyarados, Shiny Grottle, Riolu, Larvitar, and then we got access to either Braviary, Pidgeot, or Typhlosion probably actually is what we'll use. This is going to be a pretty stacked team. And I forgot actually we have Sandile, Shiny Teddiursa, wow, and Shiny Eevee. Okay, we're going to have to do a lot of thinking about what Pokemon to use on our team because we've been pretty lucky with our catches so far. And that was on our second to last ball, which was a little bit stressful for me. So we're going to go back and make more Pokeballs. And I keep accidentally hitting the settings button. Sorry about that. And I lost my mouse. So I think our game might be glitching, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to try and fix this real quick. Not sure what's going on here. Yeah, the mouse I cannot see anywhere, which is interesting. So this may be... I wouldn't even be able to end the stream. Interesting. So this is going to be a little bit of a interesting spot for us. We may have to end the stream early today due to this glitch. Sorry about that. I'll have this figured out by next week. And I'm going to have to figure out how to actually end the stream here without being able to use my mouse. But we did just catch our Larvitar, so that's huge. Oh, okay, here we go. Never mind. Not ending the stream. Whew, that was close. Not sure what's going on there. Things have been a little bit crazy today. There must be something going on with the connection around here. But we caught Larvitar. I just want to get this Thunderstone really fast. And then we're going to head back and try and get some more Pokeballs. Now, typically I would recommend when you're going for stones, you should really be using Fortune. But I don't think we have that. Oh my gosh, I forgot we do. Okay, never mind. I forgot about this. That's why I was keeping this with us in case we came across something like this. So we're going to Fortune this here, and we should get... Oh, crap. I forgot. I'm the Cobblemon Tips guy, and I forgot that you cannot mine elemental stones with gold, or it breaks. That's a huge bummer. So we are not getting that, unfortunately, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and... Oh, let's not freeze ourselves. Oh, shoot. Okay, that was close. Sheesh. Yeah, we got to stay away from snow. We keep almost dying over here. And we got beneath it, which is nuts. Okay. Well, we're going to get out of here. And then I'm going to feel very silly. What the... Okay, I think you're right, Ethan. Porygon is hacking us. We are having some weird issues here. But I appreciate you guys. Those of you who are still here, you're the real ones, able to stick it out through this. So I apologize for that. We'll hopefully get that figured out. And we did miss out on the Thunderstone, which is a bummer, but I guess that makes it a little easier. We already have all sorts of Pokemon. That's going to be hard to decide on our final party. Maybe I'll have you guys vote at some point once we get closer to leveling up. And some of them, unfortunately, will probably die. So that'll make things a little bit easier. Let's get Krabby up to level 16. And then at that point, it's this Pokemon Commander Mars better spawn in because... we're ready, and I don't know what else to do while we wait for it. But, I mean, we do need to really work on the base. I've been procrastinating it. I walked over there, looked at it, and was like, and then walked away. So maybe this is a sign that by day 50, we really should have a base finished. So we'll head over there and work on that while we also craft some more Pokeballs because that is the best, is catching Pokemon, and right now we don't really have an ability to do that. So let's see if this guy wants to battle with us. He should hopefully be able to get Krabby up to level 16. I mean 16, and then we should be ready. I should start the Eevee train. I think that is a good idea. Once we start using our final Pokemon, I think I will. I just haven't been able to... We're below the level cap right now, so a lot of the Pokemon that I plan on using aren't on our team yet. So once they are, I think we'll start Eevee training. I'll probably build the Eevee training farm. What do I think of Cobbleverse? Honestly, I haven't actually used that server, so it's probably good. I don't know. I haven't used it. I guess, have you used it, Ray? I probably should make a video reviewing different servers. Yeah, I haven't done a whole lot with different servers, though. I know that I do recognize Cobbleverse's name, though. I know it's one of the bigger ones out there. Okay. Well, we got all our Pokemon up to level 16, and... this is not Commander Mars, it's a cowgirl. So we're just going to have to wait, I guess, and hopefully Mars will spawn in because we can't level up our Pokemon anymore at this point. So that gives us a good excuse to start building things that I have procrastinated. Maybe we'll even give our Pokemon that I've been... the farm. Maybe we'll start building the farm. Sorry, I totally had a brain fart there. That was completely unintelligible. I'll probably start working on the farm after we finish our base. The farm that'll help us get Gimmighoul evolved. We'll get automatic relic coins. We can get Gimmighoul up into Golden Go, and I think that would be awesome to have a shiny one on our team. I've never used Golden Go in a survival world because of how long it takes. But with the new farm that I posted a couple weeks ago, it should be doable. So I think we're going to go for that. Yeah, Eevee training will give them a better odds of survival. That is true. So I do want to do that. I definitely plan on doing it. Pretty much all the Pokemon on our team right now are just kind of placeholders, though, which sounds horrible, but I'm not too worried about them dying. I kind of just want to grind up levels until we can use our other Pokemon that are higher levels, and then we'll start Eevee training those ones, because those are the ones I don't want to lose, like our Axew and our Gyarados. Although Gyarados isn't too hard to come by, and our soon-to-be shiny Golden Go, which is pretty hype. And then we have Cobble Merchant up here. I got excited for there when I saw the M, but still not Commander Mars. If we don't find her by the end of this episode, which is looking like it's a possibility, hopefully we find her though. If we don't, then I'll have to go and look it up. So I'll research in the wiki and see if we can find it. Oh, I'd love to catch a Happiny, but we don't have the balls. And honestly, Blissey probably isn't our number one priority of a Pokemon to have on the team. It could be a fun one, but it's not super necessary. Now, I'd like to get... I don't know that they have the farmer villager up and running. I think we're pretty low on actual villagers right now. And so I might throw... Well, actually, I'm low on food, so I won't throw them any food. But I'd like them to start breeding so we can get this farmer villager over here up and running. Because then he'll be able to keep them breeding. And I do usually love working with villagers. We might do a little less in this series as we're focused on gym leaders. But most survival series that I do that a lot. Another question for you guys, and we only got 10 minutes left. I'm actually going to type this in the chat, so just 1 second here as I put it in. But there's something I've been thinking about doing, and I would like to get your guys' opinion on. And 1 second here. So for those of you who have been around the channel for a little bit, when I started doing Cobblemon, the first thing I did was the Cobblemon survival guide, which was a lot of fun. Only problem was it was my first time doing Cobblemon, and so I didn't have enough equipment yet, didn't have a microphone, hadn't figured out how to record Cobblemon on my laptop. Now, when I stream, sometimes we do get a little overloaded and there's some lag like this, but when I record normal videos, I never have problems with lag anymore. But when I first started, there was a little bit of problems. So I started the Survival Guide series. I think there was a lot of good stuff we covered in it, but the videos weren't the highest quality because of the lag, unfortunately, which we're running into a little bit here on the live stream sometimes. And so I've thought about updating to a Season 2 of their Survival Guide, especially since there's been some updates to Cobblemon. And so I'd be interested to see what your guys' thoughts are about that. Would you be interested in that? Would you prefer I wait until there's like another Cobblemon update and there's more new things? But I figure that's a pretty fun way for me to organize tutorials. I still post all sorts of tutorials. That's kind of the main thing I do. But we could incorporate that into a bit of a survival setting. And with the way that is structured, you don't have to watch me just running around and looking back and forth for resources. I kind of just record the most important and interesting parts. So it seems like 100% yes so far, which is a good sign. But yeah, if anyone has any other opinions, or if you're watching this later on, feel free to comment down below what you think, if that's something we should start again. Watchrow could be an interesting one. I've never used one of those in Cobblemon. But we got to get here first and fall asleep. It's about time for mobs to start spawning in. And I realized I don't even know if I've lit up my house, which means if I haven't, Pokemon could spawn in there too, which would be a big problem. Okay, we're good. There's a Staryu here, which someone was telling me last episode I should really focus on getting a Starmie, which a Starmie could be a pretty fun Pokemon. Let's see if I even have stuff to make Pokeballs. We have a little bit. We'll just take a little bit here. We'll make some of those. I think we might be able to make Ultra Balls with these. And let's empty out our inventory because we are way too full here. And most of these are things I'm not going to be using anytime soon. Oh, Oval Stone, I got excited and thought that was a lucky egg at first. But unfortunately not. We'll put these boots in here. And we still got to do these. Shoot, I forgot, guys. We have a lot to do. I don't know if we'll be able to fit it all in 100 days. We may have to expand this because we also have our fossil Pokemon that we got to revive. And I've been thinking about all the Pokemon I want on my team, but I forgot about Tyrant, which I do really want to use a Tyrant on the team. So that's going to be a little bit tricky. We'll have to be thinking about that. And I just exited out of the one I need. We'll add in the iron, gold, and copper. And let's see if we can craft a good set of Pokeballs here. We can get one thing's Ultra Balls, which would be nice. We don't have the stuff for Quick Balls, unfortunately, right now. Let's just craft a bunch of Verdant Balls because we have the materials to do so. And we could do a Dust Ball. I don't really spend a lot of time in dark biomes, but I think we might as well. We got the resources. These are a pretty powerful ball. And then we'll have to go get some more blue apricorns so we can craft those. And that'll get us set here for a minute. And wow, we used up I think we used up all the green apricorns, which is nice. I like to try and empty things out as we go so we don't get too full of things. Yeah, we really do need to clean up our inventory here. But we're waiting for Commander Mars. And there's Dawn again. I'm going to battle Dawn one more time. See if that unlocks anything that... I don't know. Or is Cedric my rival? We're going to battle Cedric too. We're just going to battle Cedric and Dawn. Make sure everything that could possibly be unlocked is unlocked. Because I don't know why Mars hasn't spawned at all this episode. We got a Turtwig here, so we'll switch to Quilava. But I'm pretty excited, guys. I think we've got a pretty awesome team that we can have the opportunity to use with Pokemon in our box. And so we'll see what we end up using, but I'm pretty pumped about it. Okay, we beat him. Not sure if he did anything, but is this Dawn over here? Curtis and Dawn right behind her. So Dawn has started with Piplup every time so far. So I'm sure this one time when I'm prepared for it, she won't. But let's find out either way. Oh, yep, now she starts with Chimchar. Oh, let's switch to Rhyhorn so we don't get bodied there. How do you get the trainers and gyms and stuff? So it's a mod or add-on called Cobblemon Radical Trainers. LaFont, if you look on my channel, just click on my channel after this video, and look on my videos. One of my more recent ones, you can look, it'll say how to add gym leaders and trainers to Cobblemon, or you could even put that into YouTube, how to do that, and Pocketcraft. It'll come up, and I go through a full tutorial on how to download the mod, how to use it, and that should work just fine. That's what I use here. And yeah, still not showing anything here. And so we'll have to go looking around for Mars, but we'll find it eventually. And let's go through. We successfully managed a whole nother episode without doing anything on our base. We do have a little bit of wood left. And I can't even remember. I think we need one more thing of blocks here, yeah. Well, this is probably what we'll start on next episode then. We'll work on our base and get things going. You're welcome, LaFont. Hopefully that helps. If you have any other questions, comment on one of my videos, and it should work out pretty well. But we're going to end the stream for now. I think it's a pretty good ending spot, and we'll get working on the base and Commander Mars next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any Cobblemon questions, check out my shorts series and comment down below any you have. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys all in that next video.